What's up, guys? Thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is Leah, and baby, let's get into the drama of it all. So in this video, we're going to be talking about what we always talk about, the housewives. So let's get to it. So let's talk about Married to Medicine first. So it looks like Dr. Alicia will not be coming back for season 11 of Married to Medicine. This show called No Chaser TV has the exclusive. So they said this exclusive: Dr. Alicia, I think it's Eagleum, confirms Married to Medicine exit. Please look forward to an official release from her at some point. She will be missed. Please credit at Chaser, no Chaser _ TV when reporting. Hashtag Married to Medicine. And I got this from All True Tea. So basically, All True Tea reposted a tweet from the Twitter page called Mad Beefs, and they are the ones that got it from No Chaser _ TV. And they actually have the screenshot that was used in the other YouTube video where they said this: it's the way Dr. Alicia quit Married to Medicine and nobody even knew about it. Season 10 was her first and last season. Hashtag Married to Med. And it is a screenshot of a conversation, I guess, the No Chaser host had with Dr. Alicia, where the person said, "Hi, Dr. Alicia. I was wondering if you were returning this season to Married to Medicine." She responded by saying, "Hi, Irving. Unfortunately, I will not." So here's my thing. I wonder if she was let go or if she chose not to come back. But I guess with the phrasing, unfortunately, maybe it was like the network let her go or production let her go. And if they did, I think that's stupid because I feel two ways. So if she chose to leave the show, I could understand because people did not receive her husband well. I know I didn't. She annoyed me because it was easy for me to tell that Dr. Alicia was like going against how she truly felt to appease her husband, even though her husband sounded like a misogynistic asshole. And I'm like, you're a doctor, you're a wife and a mother. He's a doctor, he's a father and a husband. What he's expecting out of you, you should be expecting out of him. And the way that he acted and he spoke about her, it didn't sound right, especially when a lot of people who were Jamaican and African came out to refute the claims about what they did, like sexually, and how they were like, he's lying and not making sense. I wonder if he felt like that was a bad look for him or his family, and so Alicia and him made the decision to like step away from the show, which I could understand that. But if production let her go, I feel like that's stupid, because to me, they were pretty good for TV because they got us to talking about something. On top of, Alicia wasn't afraid to have issues with Toya or with Dr. Heavenly, so why let her go? So I'm wondering if they are auditioning new women to be a part of the cast. We haven't seen any new people. I wonder if they decided to go back to the old formula, because here recently I've only seen Heavenly, Simone, Jackie, Quad, Toya, and Phaedra. That's 6 women. But in that Med Gala video that I did in my last video, I saw Audra and we saw pictures of Anila. So I wonder if they're going to bring those 2 women back, or again, if we're going to get new people. I don't know. I feel like Dr. Alicia did add something to the show, so I'm hoping that she chose to leave and that production didn't make a mistake and kick her off. So the next thing I want to talk about is Dr. Heavenly. So shouts out to the diva. Go check out Erica De Niro TV. She has really good content, but she made a statement about how weird she feels like Dr. Heavenly is being about Quad's new relationship. And I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like Heavenly is being kind of weird. Because I saw that clip of her and Carlos King talking about it, and then I saw this tweet, and shouts out to the Bravo Shade Room. They reposted it where Heavenly said, "Y'all, can I tell y'all a secret? At Absolutely Quad's man got her a Rolls Royce, and it's beautiful. Stay tuned for the photos and the pictures. I was in it last night. Hashtag Married to Medicine. Hashtag Twilight Ceiling. Hashtag if you know, you know." I don't know why Heavenly is telling us all of this. It's like she's never been this vocal about other people's relationships. So I don't know if Heavenly feels bad about the way things went last season, and she didn't like how fans were feeling about the way the women ostracized Quad or put Quad on an island by herself, and she's overcompensating. But she has been talking a lot about their relationship. So I wonder if she's just excited for her friend. Because, you know, some people are those type of people where they're like happy that a friend that they know wanted to be in a relationship has finally met somebody that they feel is like the right person for them. But it is kind of getting weird. She is giving that she's overproducing. And I want her to be quiet the same way I want the Real Housewives of Atlanta ladies to shut up. But let's move on. All right, y'all. So let's talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So yesterday, Monica Garcia, aka Monica Fowler, aka the lady with a lot of aliases, was upset yesterday. Actually Thursday, because of a post that the Neighborhood Talk made. So I'm getting this from Reality Entertainment TV, and it says the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City alum Monica Garcia calls out the Neighborhood Talk for reporting the reason she wasn't selected for season 3 of The Traitors was because she allegedly failed a psych exam. So she actually made a Insta video as well as a post. So her post said this: "What the F? Are you serious right now? This is beyond false. This is insanely damaging and disgusting and a lie." So let me play the clip for you guys.
There are a lot of things that are published about me or said about me that I can let go. This is not one of those things. To go out there and make and publish a claim that I failed a psych evaluation is a complete lie. It's extremely damaging. It's disgusting. Also, like, to play with my mental health like that is extremely disturbing. I didn't even go through the process of Traitors to where I would even be asked to take a psych evaluation. It didn't even go that far. I was never even asked to take a psych evaluation. So to sit here and say that I failed one when I wasn't even asked to take one is wild. This is what we're doing now with people's mental health. This is what we're doing. And we're putting that in front of the world. Awesome. Lies.
So Monica was also in the comments section of the Neighborhood Talk underneath the post, and she said this is completely terrible that you would post this. Complete lie, disgusting. At the Neighborhood Talk, let's get on the call with executives together. Let's find out how good your source is. I'm the source. I didn't even do one interview. Pathetic and absolutely disgusting. And then she added them again and says, at the Neighborhood Talk, I will be taking legal actions. This is insanely damaging and false. So here is how I'm feeling about this. I feel two ways. On the one hand, I feel what Monica is saying, like, how dare y'all play with my mental health? People already feel some type of way about me because of the whole Reality Von T situation, and I'm one of those people. And I didn't even get that far with the whole process of becoming a part of Traitors to even get a psych eval. So y'all are out here blatantly lying about me, if that is true. But then on the other hand, I'm like, I wouldn't put it past blogs or Monica, and I follow the Neighborhood Talk, to have a like contract or Monica, allegedly like paying them to post this situation so that her name is out there, that it drives new eyes to the Neighborhood Talk. Because if we're going to be honest, who was thinking about Monica and Traitors? Like, I had heard Monica was possibly going to be a part of Traitors. I heard Kenya was possibly going to be a part of Traitors, and even Teresa. And now that we have the official cast, I haven't really even thought about those people anymore. So I feel like this is kind of late to be talking about her. So I don't know. I got my tinfoil hat on, but I'm going to err on the side that this isn't true. So if she was being honest about seeking legal action against the Neighborhood Talk, I understand, especially if this is genuinely not true, then I would, because you blatantly lying about me. All right, y'all. So let's talk about Real Housewives of New Jersey. So, girl, it's going up in flames. It is going up in flames. Ever since they reported that they were having a non-traditional reunion, it ain't been right over there. Andy can't get his story straight. You can tell that everybody, when they're doing their interviews, they are auditioning, hoping that the network's gonna pick them up. Just mess. So I was scrolling on Instagram, and I saw this post by this page called Bravo Housewives, and they said this. It says, Radar Online reports that Teresa Giudice, Dolores Catania, Rachel Fuda, and Jennifer Fessler will be back next season on hashtag RHONJ. And I said, girl, what? That's who they going with? And the caption says, at Radar Online is reporting that Teresa, Dolores, Rachel, and Jennifer Fessler will be the only ladies back next season. Do you believe this? What do you think about this report? And so I said, well. So I kept scrolling, and then I saw on Instagram the Bravo Snark side repost screenshots from this article from this page called MEGA. And so let me read that for y'all. It says, RHONJ cast on chopping block. Teresa Giudice, Rachel Fuda, Dolores Catania said to be safe as Bravo braces for likely to dump feuding fractions. So it says the Real Housewives of New Jersey season 14 reunion has been scrapped in favor of something more non-traditional amid unresolved tension between all the women. The shakeup has reportedly led to speculation that the cast could get a total revamp, though Teresa Giudice, Dolores Catania, and Rachel Fuda said to be marked safe for alleged cuts, RadarOnline.com has learned. Andy Cohen addresses the possibility of a cast revamp during the interview on Sirius XM Reality Check. The Watch What Happened Live host explained there was a lot of play with that one, and I think the answer is I was talking to a cast member about this today. We are gonna cross next season as that comes. Right now we're just kind of focusing on, okay, well, if we're not going to do a conventional reunion, what are we doing, and what is something different that we could do? According to US Magazine, a source claims fans may be saying bye to some familiar faces. It won't be a hard reboot like NYC, but likely they'll get rid of people from both sides because it's so fractured, the insider explains. The tipster noted that Rachel is expected to be invited back following the drama with Teresa, as well as Dolores and friend Jennifer Fessler, because they interact with everyone. While nothing is set in stone, Fessler reportedly told outlets that she is very well aware changes are ahead. Things are shifting, she said. Everyone is thinking about all the possibilities. So I then got on Twitter and I came across Jay's reality blog where they had posted an excerpt from a conversation that Andy had for ET Now, and it says hashtag Andy Cohen says whatever casting rumors we hear about hashtag RHONJ season 15 for the next 6 months are false. And then they said at ET Now, it said, and then they have a comment, like his comment, he said, there was a bunch of casting news about New Jersey that was reported today. None of it is true. No decisions have been made, Cohen told ET. We haven't even had any serious conversations about next season. So anything you read about what New Jersey is going to be for the next season, for the next, I would say the next 6 months is fake. So don't believe it. So my thing is, like I've been telling y'all, if you watch my Real Housewives of New Jersey's review, I'm cool with them rebooting this show and giving us new people. But I think the issue is that the network created the show around Teresa so much that I think production and the network are afraid to let her go because of how strong her fan base is. And like I said in my last review, they could have just given Teresa her own spinoff, had those people follow her over there, and then created the Real Housewives where it wasn't just around one person. Because if we're going to be honest, even though there is a large part of the fandom that doesn't like Teresa, that last episode, everybody was still talking about Teresa. She was still the focal point of the show, whether you like her or not. And so I feel like they are afraid that if they let her go, they might not be able to make it. But I feel like they should just take a chance. But honestly, it's their fault by making a show around her. Like, I look at OC and I look at Atlanta because they all came out around the same time. Like, when I think of OC, I think of Heather Dubrow, Shannon, Tamra, what's her name? Alexia, Jesus Jugs. I think of Vicky. And when they got rid of Vicky and Tamra, I still watched that show because you still had Shannon, you had Heather, you still had like people around that made me think of the show. Same with Atlanta. When Nene wasn't there anymore, I still watched because I could still find like pillars on that show, like Kenya, like Candy, like Portia, like Cynthia. Like, there were other people there that like kept me drawn in, and I feel like they didn't do that with New Jersey. Like, I'm not a fan of Teresa. I don't hate the lady, but I don't really like her. I'm really indifferent towards her. But when I think of New Jersey, I just think about Teresa, and sometimes I think about Melissa. And I tell y'all this all the time. My two faves on that show, or the people that I like on that show, I won't really consider them faves, is Trout Mouth Margaret and New Nose Jennifer Aiden. Other than everybody else, I could care less. But if they're going to reboot and revamp, I don't think you should be keeping Rachel, Dolores, Teresa, or Jennifer Fessler. Just reboot the show and see what happens. Give Teresa a spinoff if you that scary. So y'all, while we're talking about Real Housewives of New Jersey, it looks like Louis might have got himself in some trouble. So Louis last year was marketing or had a launch party for this app that's supposed to be similar to TikTok called Vienna or Vienna Live. On the page it says, our brand launch event was a stunning success. Before the lights, the energy, the excitement filled the room. There was this moment of anticipation and possibility. Here's a glimpse of our venue before the magic unfold. And it says, event agency at the wife of the party. Photo credits to add George Mezzo photos. So it's a picture of the party before it started, and it says, we at vvienna.live say that we can't pay you because there's innovators aren't paying them. Oh, they said, we at Vienna Live say they can't pay you because their investors can't pay them. So then the person also was going in their Insta story, wife of the party, pretty much saying, everyone remember that big launch party Louis had at Vienna. Well, Louis hasn't paid the woman who put it together. She has been silenced too, but just wait. Team Teresa will label her crazy and obsessed too. It has, that's how they operate. Scammers don't pay their bills. And then the other person added, like the same lady, wife of the party, put the ad name for Vienna Live saying, how will you pay us our $300K? You've owed us along with all the other vendors that are waiting. It's been 60 days and a lot of SHI excuses. Support small business. Don't let anyone take advantage of your hard work. Lori, I'm here to support you in any way I can. I guess that was somebody supporting them. And then they also, wife of the party, put in their story Louis actually being at the event with Teresa, with Adriana, with Gia and her boyfriend and their oldest son. So I don't know how true this is, but if they do owe the lady $300K, just pay her. But I'm also looking at this lady like, what kind of retribution are you trying to get? See, that never makes sense to me. When people call people out on social media instead of just filing an actual lawsuit, it doesn't make sense to me, because are you trying to shame them into paying you without having to go to court? Because they can just ignore you and keep it pushing. Like, if he does in fact owe you the $300K that you're alleging, girl, take him to court and get your money. So speaking of lawsuits, y'all, let's move over to Real Housewives of New York. So it looked like Leah McSweeney has added more paperwork to her case against Andy and the producers. So this was posted on June the 13th, and this is coming from page 6, and you already know the link of that will be in the description box below, but it says this: Leah McSweeney files a new court papers against Andy Cohen, claiming he tried to bully her into silence, have her blackballed. So it says Leah McSweeney is going after Andy Cohen again in court. Back in February, the former Real Housewives of New York star filed a lawsuit claiming that Bravo bigwigs and other top producers had deviously and callously attempted to exploit her struggle with alcohol to drive up ratings for the reality show. She's still pursuing that case, but she has now added new claims to the same suit, all about the way that Cohen responded to her suit when it first came out. Amid the suit filed in New York on Tuesday, claims that when she first filed the legal claims, Cohen retaliated by having his lawyers senselessly threaten her in public, tear her apart in the press, and try to get her blackballed by entertainment businesses, all in the calculated attempt to scare her and any other Bravo star who might dare speak up against her in silence. McSweeney, who starred in 2 seasons of RHONY in 2022, 2021 on Bravo, as well as the season of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip on the sister streamer Peacock in 2023, claimed in the February suit that Cohen production company Shed Media and the networks had seen her drinking problem as a potential drama generator and set out to cash in. The suit claims producers had rating success in early seasons when cast members became unstable and volatile, and because she is a recovering alcoholic with a history of mental health difficulties, they believed they could replicate that success by manipulating McSweeney and pushing her to drink. Her suit also claims that Cohen had done cocaine with some of the Housewives stars and given them special professional favors. He is strenuously denied all these claims. Bravo says the third-party investigation has cleared him of wrongdoing. Cohen, who is an executive producer of both shows as well as all the other Real Housewives shows, had a usual response to the initial filings. Instead of simply denying the claims, which he also did, his lawyers drafted a letter a few days later, which according to McSweeney's suit was leaked to the press, including page 6 from Maximum Impact, claiming McSweeney's claims were liable against him, demanding that she withdraw them or else he'll sue her for damages. The thing is an paralegal or a curb report in America knows that law explicitly allows anyone to claim anything they want in court filings, whether they are true, false, malice, or otherwise, without fear of being sued for liability. Whether they can prove those claims in court or not is questioned entirely. McSweeney, amid suit, claims that Cohen's legal team perhaps employed their strategy because they bet not on everyone else of those rules. That makes no sense. Strategies because they bet that not everyone knows those rules. My bad, you guys. And they hope that McSweeney and her Housewives colleagues could be scared into backing off and staying quiet if they could be made to believe that they face liability suits for speaking up. If you want to read this article for yourself, the link will be in the description box below. I apologize for fumbling over my words. There was more to the article, but I was getting frustrated, so I let it go. So here's my thing about this whole situation. I still feel the way I felt before, that I don't think Leah or Brandy are going to get the outcome from this the way they think they are. Like, they might get a little settlement because the network doesn't want to deal with this anymore, but I don't think them trying to turn the tide on Bravo's reputation or Andy's reputation is really working. Like, people already know and feel a certain way about Bravo. Maybe it's taking the rose-colored glasses off for a few people, but if I'm being honest, we know how the network gets down. But for me, when it comes to Leah, you never hear accountability from her. You're 41 years old, and I have yet to hear her say, you know what, I wanted to be famous. I wanted to grow my brand even bigger. So I stepped into a situation that I knew might re-trigger me to go back to drinking. You even said in this article, in the court documents, that they used alcoholism, not alcoholism, but they use alcohol, or this show has been known to have women to have alcoholic bursts and have very crazy outbursts, and they wanted to use me for that. If you knew that in the beginning, why did you sign up for it? And then I always go back to Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip season 3 when they were in Thailand and Leah was encouraging everybody to drink because she felt like they were boring. It would be one thing if I had read an article where Leah actually said, you know what, I participated in the behavior that I'm saying was that was done to me, and I take full responsibility for that, and that is why I'm doing this lawsuit, because it shouldn't be happening anymore. All I hear from this is that Leah is angry and upset that, one, she was not picked to be on the RHONY reboot, and she wanted to be around a group of her peers, which would be the new ladies on the RHONY reboot. And 2, she was upset that she wasn't on RHONY Legacy Ultimate Girls Trip. Because I go back to that article I read where she was super excited for the reboot and for Legacy, and she thought she was going to be a part of it. And then when she wasn't, she got in her feelings. That's all I'm getting for this. And to say that Andy was like blackballing you, or that he pretty much like he blackballed you and they were harassing you, girl, what him putting out his lawyers putting out a statement against you is not harassment to me. Like, it's two people trying to defend themselves because you're trying to say he did this thing to you or trying to disparage his character. So why would he not go against you to say that's not true if he feels like it's not true? And then to say that the network is blackballing you, I feel like is a reach, because yeah, they could be, but also, ma'am, networks don't want to get into relationships with people that they feel like would be litigious. And you and Brandy are giving that type of energy. So it is what it is. So yeah, y'all, that is it. That is all. Remember to be bravely authentic, and definitely hop down in the comments below and share your thoughts with me. And I'm out, y'all. Deuces.